The palace gleamed brighter than it ever had before. Golden light spilled from towering chandeliers, laughter echoed against marble walls, and the air was thick with the perfume of roses and sugared wine. Cinderella had orchestrated this night with precision. For weeks, she had carefully positioned herself as the only rightful choice, the name that lingered on every noble's tongue. Now, draped in silver silk and glittering jewels, she swept into the ballroom as though the crown already belonged to her. Gasps rose from the courtiers, and whispers followed in her wake. Whispers that called her the future queen. At the dais stood Prince Henry, dressed in black and gold, regal and solemn. He carried the weight of silence in his eyes, the kind of silence that haunted every smile. When Cinderella approached him, she carried herself with rehearsed grace, but behind her radiance lay an unshakable hunger. She believed this night would secure her place forever. The music swelled, and Henry granted her the courtesy of a dance. She moved with elegance, every step calculated, every gesture designed to charm. But his gaze was distant, unfocused, as though his heart was searching for someone who was not there. And then, the doors of the ballroom burst wide open. Every head turned. Gasps swept the hall. Drizella entered, her hair loosened from its braid, her gown wrinkled by haste, her presence blazing with unshaken purpose. She did not bow, nor did she curtsy. She marched straight into the center of the floor, parchment raised high, her voice cutting through the music like a bell. In that moment, the glittering mask of the evening shattered. The truth hung in the air, undeniable and unyielding. The letter she carried was not hers to forge, it was his, and it had been stolen. And with its unveiling, the facade Cinderella had so carefully woven unraveled thread by thread. The court turned on her. Their admiration withered into shock. Their whispers twisted into accusations. And as all eyes watched, Henry's silence broke. Not with hesitation, but with certainty. For it was never Cinderella who had held his heart. From the very beginning, from a single exchange of words in a quiet library, he had chosen Drizella. Before the gathered court, the prince fell to one knee, his devotion laid bare. The hall erupted, gasps, cheers, disbelief cascading together in a storm of voices. Drizella stood frozen, breathless, as though time itself had stilled. Yet in the thunder of celebration, only one truth mattered. He had chosen her. Not the false queen cloaked in silver smiles, but the woman who had seen through the lies, who had spoken truth even when it cut deep. As guards seized Cinderella, her protests rose in fury, but they were swallowed by the roar of triumph. She was dragged from the ballroom, her cries vanishing into silence. And in that silence came the cruelest punishment of all, exile, and the certainty that she would be forgotten. At the center of the hall, Henry reached for Drizella's hand. The noise, the chaos, the whispers of the world fell away. For them, nothing else existed. The night of masks was over, and in its place began a reign built not on deception, but on truth, and on a love that no scheme could steal.